Hello, my name is James Campbell. I'm a children's author and comedian, and also host of The Accidental Show, which is an online creative TV show for children. It started off in lockdown, and we've just kept on doing it. And now we have Arts Council funding to do a third season, which starts in October. And one part of the plan is to have a feature in which we celebrate the activities and ideas and art of neurodiverse young people. Now, my son Joe is 14, nearly 15, and he was diagnosed with autism when he was about 4 or 5, and he was diagnosed with autism most of his life, and is now he was about he's just started actually at a special school. He's been in mainstream school up until most of his life, and is now he's just started actually at a special school, which is very exciting for him. Now he does all sorts of things, and he always has. Right from when he was little, I noticed he would sort of juxtapose things. He would put things in certain places. Once I came into the living room and he had a toy car. It was like a big toy car, like an open top sports car. And he put in two iced buns where the people would normally sit. Was just sitting there waiting for me to notice. I noticed he likes to arrange things in particular ways. He also makes notebooks full of identical pictures, and he writes lists. He's always writing lists of things. Now, whenever we go swimming to the public swimming pool, I also noticed after a while that he has routines. He'll start off in one corner. He'll stand there. He'll recite some bit of Thomas the Tank Engine, and then he'll go to another place, jump in the pool, swim to a certain place, get something, swim back again, stand on the pool, recite a bit of Mr. Bean, and then jump in the pool again. And he develops these circuits, and he'll do them again and again and again until it's time to go home. And sometimes I just sit and watch him and try and work out what it is that he's doing. In lockdown, we're very lucky. We're able to borrow our local training pool for an hour, and so I took the children swimming there, and I sat and watched what Joe was doing. Because it's a training pool, there's all sorts of toys. There's boxes and boxes of floats and watering cans and all kinds of things. And so I just sat and watched what he did. And he developed this routine where he made like a floating island of flowers and pots and floats and weights and things, and took it to very particular places and said certain things. And he did this for a very long time. And it occurred to me that if an artist, like a performance artist, somebody famous like Marina Abramovich, if she made a video of her arranging things in a swimming pool in a particular way, then that would be art, and it would be on a video screen in an art gallery somewhere. And so I thought, well, maybe what Joe here is doing is art. It's just neurodiverse art, or maybe it's not even neurodiverse, or maybe it's just art. He's quite difficult to talk to, Joe, and if I ask him, why are you doing that, or why do you like doing that, it's difficult to get a definite answer out of him. But speaking to grown up autistic friends of mine and colleagues of mine, I've learned that generally speaking, the people who do this sort of thing, they do it for the same reason that I write books, and that my illustrator friends paint, and my dancer friends dance. We do it because we like it. It makes us feel good. When I'm writing, it feels like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's why I'm here. The universe is flowing through me, and it feels good. And I can only assume that when a child lines up toy cars in a particular order, or creates a world, or draws a picture, they're doing it for the same reason, because it feels good. And that's why Joe does what he does. So, is that art? Does it need to be called art? I don't know. So what I did is I rented out the training pool again, which is in Clopham in Suffolk. It's a great place to learn to swim, by the way, if you live there. If you don't live there, it's a long way to go to learn to swim. Anyway, so I rented out the pool for an hour, just me and Joe, and I just filmed him with my phone, and I sort of cobbled it together in a kind of a film so I could show people what I meant. And everybody seems to agree that it's very interesting. I've put the call out to other neurodiverse children that I know, and through Facebook and the internet and my mailing list and all the rest of it. And I'm slowly gathering a group of children who do wonderful things. There's a girl who decided to stop going to school at the age of 13 and start an online crystal selling shop instead, and she's become an expert in crystals. There's another chap who he doesn't seem to talk very much, as far as I know, but he can play the piano by ear, and we've got film of him sitting there listening. Um, we've got film of him sitting there listening to a tune and then working out that tune on the piano note by note. There's another young chap who is very shy, doesn't really talk to people, but put him on stage with a microphone, he becomes Freddie Mercury. So the plan is to use the accidental show, or use a part of the accidental show, to celebrate these sorts of non-typical behaviour, and for what they are, which is art and performance and joy and love and extension of will. So that's what we're going to do. So if you've got a young person who does interesting, unusual, atypical things, then get in touch. What we'd eventually like to do is to create films of all of these children and put it together as a piece of art that could be shown at a film festival, or played on a screen in a gallery, or as part of some installation, or who knows what will come of it. But for the moment, send me your stuff, tell me your stories, and watch the accidental show, of course, which is going to be every Saturday morning, starting at 10 o'clock on Zoom.